Well, hello, good evening, welcome wherever you may be. Hope you're all keeping well. Tonight is Facebook training. We're going to walk through a build I recorded earlier on today of setting up your Facebook page for your business. You all right, Robert?
Doing pretty good. Hello, everybody.
So we'll explain a little bit about with DFY Magic Themes. You have at the bottom a row of various social media channels. Tonight we're touching on Facebook and the importance of all the social media channels, whatever ones you choose to add to your own site, whether it's a DFY theme or not. And it's really important for linking purposes. So in other words, you'd have a link from your website going out to Facebook, and then you'd have a link from Facebook coming back to your website. And Facebook, Twitter, and all the social media channels are high PR sites. Really important for linking both ways and making sure that you put regular content up on those social media channels related to your niche. If you're a gardener, you put a blog up about gardening. You know, maybe you could say today I went out and looked after a nice lady called June, and her garden was a right mess, and we totally cleaned it all up. And here's a picture. If you can find some pictures to use accordingly. So I know Robert's got the full list on our sites, haven't you, Robert?
Do you want it now or you want it later?
We'll give them the full list because we're in the free groups at the moment, and we'll be saying goodnight to the free groups before I actually go through the full Facebook page build. So because that's inner circle members only, you see, it's a privilege of them being in the inner circle. So
well, the reality is this, that no matter how you look at it, the Google algorithm is always going to be inclusive of social media. So not only are you getting the high PR backlink from social media accounts, it's part of the algorithm. It's part of why Google ranks a website or not. And that's why we always include it on the Done For You Magic Theme builds, because it's part of it. So it's linking from your site back to social media, and then when you post, social media is building backlinks back to your sites. So on our builds, we do Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and a Google, which would be a Google My Business or Google Business Partners. Still trying to switch my mind on the name of that since I changed it. But they're changeable, and you can go as big as you want in social media, but the reality is this, that you have to have the standards that a local business would do to rank a local business website.
Absolutely. And when you set up your profiles, whether it's social media or it's citations, always make the NAP the same. Now, it's not something when you go to sleep. The NAP is the name, address, and phone number. It's really important to make those match across everywhere, because if you get one wrong, it doesn't count towards your business. So if you're called Steve's Gardening, for an example, then that'd be the name of a business. The address needs to match up properly, and then the phone number. The bio bit, the description bit, you can be as creative as you want. You can put whatever you want in that bit, and obviously a link back to your website across all those platforms that you try to go out on. And then importantly, try to put some posts out onto those platforms. The ranker system shows you how to do that as well. And there's different options out there that you can put content up online related. And the thing is, if you're active on your site, and a DFY theme, the themes that we supply come with all the content. Magic Page plugin spins the content every so often. And then, of course, if you put a post up and you put automation in, so you put a post on your site that then goes out to social media automatically, that's super exciting. We touched on WP Horde at the start of the week, and I've already got set up 100 WordPress.com sites and about 50 of my own sites all linked up. And I did a blog post out there, but it was actually an affiliate product just to do a test. And amazingly, I've had free sales off the back of it, and I couldn't believe it, and that's just by me posting out to my own WordPress sites, and WP Horde spun all the content, put it into the right categories for me, sorted all that out. So if you've missed that, look back on it. But for this training, we're focusing on Facebook initially, and then you can set up all your social media channels in a very similar way. In the Inner Circle group, there's a design bundle, and those who've gotten on WP Horde yearly, you're getting the design bundle included, and that had everything you needed to create your banners for Facebook, to create your little logos and bits and pieces for all your social media channels, and images for posts, which is really exciting all the way along the line. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say goodbye to the free groups. Just remember, it's really important, get your social media channels linked up properly so they point to your website, and then vice versa, and post to those channels regularly. And you'll find that there, along with citations, well, the social media is a citation, but when I say other citations, it's your directory sites, like Yelp, that you need to get yourself on and be seen on those. And then Google will bring you up gradually because they believe you are a local business. Is there anything you want to add, Robert, to that before we say goodnight to the free groups?
Well, the last thing I'm going to say is what you touched on with the NAP, the name, address, and phone number. If you don't put it in consistently when you build your citations, if you make your street address one variation, which you think is the same, like if you want to put the word street or ST or STR, those are 3 different variations. And every time you make a different variation, the one that you put in different takes one citation away that you put in correctly. Yeah. So it's very important you get that correct from the beginning, have it on a notepad, and make sure you use it consistently. Otherwise, like I said, every little variation, whether it's a dash, a space, an abbreviation, it'll take away from the ones that you did correctly.
Yeah. I know Bob in the chat mentioned, is there a fast way to set up WordPress.com sites? Yes, there is, Bob. And for Inner Circle members only, I will share that with you in a little bit. All right. But I am now going to say goodnight to the free groups, and we will see you on the live for you on Friday. That's 9:30 UK time, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we go live in all the groups initially, and then we stay in the Inner Circle Facebook group only after that, and on Zoom. So, and also, if you're in the Inner Circle, the links in above this video in the Inner Circle in Facebook to come on and pop into the Zoom call, where afterwards we can always say hello to some of you.